Hey guys, as the end of the year rolls around, now is probably as good a time as any for me to go over some of my favorite videos that I've produced. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest, this was a Patreon-sponsored request, and I'm pretty sure the patron had me doing this as reviewer in mind, but honestly, I feel like it's better talked about out of character. Like, a lot of things I want to talk about with these videos, I feel like goes out of character for it. So, yeah, here are my top 5 favorite videos I've ever produced. Number 5, my review of the Nostalgia Critics It 2017 review. For starters, this has probably one of my favorite jokes that I've ever done in a video.
Hello!
My name is Elder Hyper. And second, it was probably the fastest one of my videos has ever gotten past 1,000 views. At the time of this recording, whenever I post a video, it usually hits about 500 or so views within its first week. This one hit past 1,000 in its first week, which, again, at the time of this recording, is pretty impressive for me. So it kind of taught me that every once in a while, you gotta go for the zeitgeist. On YouTube, just at least every once in a while, you gotta do something that is very current so that you get the clicks. But it was overall a fun video, and I enjoyed doing it. Number 4, the Dr. Crafty review. Now, there are 2 big reasons why, well, 3, that I like this review so much. First off, it was the first review that I did entirely as Dr. Riseno. And I think it's a fun concept to do. Like, I remember Spoonie used to do that a lot with Dr. Insano, so it was fun to play a mad scientist throughout the entire video. The second reason why I like this so much is just how perfectly everything fell into place to make this thing happen. Now, this review came out in the middle of my Summerween celebration, which this year I decided I was going to do all of Kaluna's Halloween Town reviews. And at some point during the planning process of Summerween, a Patreon request came in to do Dr. Crafty, and I thought about it. I was thinking, okay, Mad Scientist, it could work for Summerween, but I have the schedule filled. Then I found out that Kaluna's Halloween Town High review got taken down due to copyright. So, because of that, I was left basically with an open spot in the schedule. And at first I thought, well, okay, I'll just fill it in with a Kingdom review and do the Return to Halloween Town review next. But then I thought, well, wait a minute. That's the perfect point to do the Dr. Crafty review. And the third reason I like this review so much is because it actually got the attention of the original creator. At this point in my YouTube career, for me, it's always exciting whenever the original creator of a review sees my review of them. But Dr. Crafty gets top billing above any of those other reviews that have gotten the original creator's attention, and largely because of the other 2 reasons. Number 3, the Grim Tales review. Now, when I was first considering this list, I was trying to decide between this and the Nostalgia Chicks Freddy Got Fingered review. And I wanted to say that one because it was the first collab review that I had done with someone that I met through doing YouTube. But I decided to go with this one because it sort of cemented this relationship between reviewer, and cartoon physicist that pretty much anytime reviewer sees her, she's trying to cause him physical pain, or at least threatening him with it, and I think that's just a funny concept. Like it happens anytime either she appears on my show or I appear on hers, and I think it's just great. I also like how different our opinions were on the webcomic. Because usually when you see crossover reviews, all parties involved have the same opinion about whatever's being reviewed. But I think it's more interesting to have different opinions, and so that you can see different sides of the argument. It was a fun time, a few writing sessions. It was just a great time. Number 2, Heathers the Musical starring Muppets. The one video on this list that has absolutely nothing to do with Review Reviewer. So, here's how this video came about. About, like, a few weeks before I posted the video to YouTube, I was actually in a production of Heathers. And at some point during the proceedings, one of my friends who was also in the show started considering this idea, like, hey, wouldn't it be funny to perform this show with the cast of Sesame Street? And he laid out all these different casting ideas, and something that I have told him on multiple occasions, do not give me ideas like that, because I will want to make them happen. And when I showed him the final product, he was just like, oh my god, why? And what was really great for me was his girlfriend, who was also in the show, thought it was hilarious, and initially suggested that I post it on YouTube. And at first I didn't really want to, because I thought people would think that I was trying to rip off Channel Awesome's miscast video, but I am so glad that I decided to go with it. Just the comments on this video are so amazing. Like, what's funny to me is that they come in 3 categories. 2 of which I can describe using lines from the show. Number 1, my god, it's beautiful. Number 2, what the fuck have you done? And the 3rd section of comments is basically just quoting Elmo singing Candy Store. Like, honestly, I think the entire video could have been just a cover of Candy Store with Elmo, and it would have been just as popular. And I think my absolute favorite comment on the video is one that said, do you think God stays in heaven because he too fears what he has created? That's really the reason why I love this video, just the reactions people get to it. And my number 1 favorite video that I've ever produced is the Where's the Fair Use parody song video. Now, how this video came about was, at the time, everyone was doing these hashtag Where's the Fair Use videos. And me being the reviewer, I wanted to throw my hat into the ring, as it were, or do my own video on the subject. 1, because I figured people would expect it from me, and 2, I really wanted to talk about it. It's a very important topic, and unfortunately, it still is. But I didn't want to just do a vlog outlining my own experiences with fair use bullshit. Because, you know, everyone else had been doing that at the time, and there was really nothing else I could add to the conversation. But then I was driving home from class or rehearsal or something, and I was listening to the song Watch What Happens from the Broadway version of Newsies. And I started thinking, you know, this could work for a parody song about fair use. I was thinking about it, had some fun coming up with a few changes to the lyrics, but I didn't go with it because I couldn't think of any more than just a few changes. You know, like, most of the song stayed intact, and I thought I should, you know, do something else. Well, something that I could change a lot more. I considered doing Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame for a while, but somehow, I don't know how I considered this, but I started thinking about the song Belle, the opening number from Beauty and the Beast. And the more I was doing this, the more, like, yeah, this could work. But then I realized, well, when it was going to be Watch What Happens or Hellfire, I was going to do this by myself, but because of the nature of the song Belle, I have to get more people involved in this. So I contacted my friends from YouTube, the people who have agreed to partner up with Those Dudes with a Hat, told them this idea, and fortunately, most of them said yes. And it just turned out great. I'm so proud of pretty much the entire video. Well, everyone brought something really great to it. Also, it was one of the first real big collaboration projects I've ever done, and it was just so much fun. And I hope to do something else like it in the future. So guys, that is my top 5 favorite videos I've ever done. Let me know some of your favorites in the comments section, and here's to an amazing 2018.